and happy Sunday. This is Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and today is Sunday, November the 28th, and we are just past U.S. Turkey Day. So that is awesome and amazing. It's done. It is in the books. So it is over. So hopefully you all are turkeyed out and you are done with that. And we're going to talk a little bit about holidays here in just a few minutes. But hello and happy Sunday, everyone. Let me get caught up with you here. Okay, we should be able to see notifications now tonight. So again, I am Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, and hello, John from home base. I hope everyone had a fantastic turkey day. We did. We had 3 of them. I'll talk about those here in just a second. Hello, Lynn. But I hope y'all had a great time. Hello, Stacy. I hope you didn't gobble till you wobbled. Yeah, did anybody do that? And yeah, hello, Stacy. I'm sorry I just said hello to you, but you popped up in 2 different places. That is awesome. So it is November the 28th. I'm pretty sure. Is that right? November the 28th. Yeah, so we've already passed, let's see, we've already passed Thanksgiving. We've already passed Black Friday. So we're going to talk a little bit about holidays here in a few minutes. Hello, Sandra from Demons Ferry. Hello, Carol Lou. It's good to see you as always. Hello, Mary Ann from Pennsylvania. Yep, so 2 people from Pennsylvania already. Hello, Star. It's good to see you. If you are watching this on YouTube later, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. There, we are doing this live, and so that's why I'm saying hello to a lot of people. Hello, Lisa from Arkansas. Hello, Trish. Hello, Joyce. Hello, Kathy from Ohio. So if you want to say hi and hello on YouTube later, I will say hello to you too, I promise. Hello, Elaine. It's good to see you. And hello, Rita. Hello, Mary. If you're watching with us live, we're going to be asking some questions here in a few minutes. And I don't know who we is. It's just me and Dusty here tonight. We have no guests tonight. Let's see, I think I already said hello to Rita. Hello, Cynthia from Ohio. But if you are brand new, please let us know because we love to welcome new people. So again, this is November the 28th. We are past Thanksgiving. We had 3 this year, which was fantastic because we barely had anything last year. So I know everybody is, super happy to be getting back to normal, a little bit back to normal. Hello, Sandra from Naperville, Illinois. It is good to see you. Oh, thank you, Mary. This is one of my new shirts. Aloha, Kathy. One of my new shirts that Casey talked me into. Hello, Linda from Rock Island, Illinois. Talked me into on Black Friday. And hello, Sherry. And I want to say excitedly, I own 2 pairs of jeans now. So this was not in the news that I was going to give you all. Hello, Marcia. This was not in the news I was going to give you all. But courtesy of, well, I'm not going to be able to do this at a flattering angle, but courtesy of personal points, I have 2 pairs of jeans that I can wear now. Okay. Hello, Kathy from Iowa. Wasn't going to get sidetracked on that, but y'all know how I am. So if you've been around for any length of time, you know how I am. Okay, let's jump right into it because, as usual, we have a lot to talk about. This is chat number 250. So we are a quarter of the way to 1,000. I know that's way away from 1,000, but I just needed to say it. And hello, Terry from snowy Michigan. But yeah, so this is chat number 250. So we've done this 250 times. 250. That doesn't even seem possible. And this one is titled Decode Your Eating Pattern. And hello, Sandy. So this month's theme, we've been talking about the personal points program. We're going to talk again tonight about decoding your eating pattern, and it's going to make sense here in a few minutes. Hello, Betty Ann. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. I want to give you just a little bit of WW news for November. So this is going to be the last news for November because the next, now let me think, is that right? Yeah, this is the last news for November. The next time we see each other, it will be December already somehow. So we will be, sliding quickly into 2022, if you can believe that. But a little bit of news for the rest of November, the last couple of days here of November. The first thing is minor changes are coming to some lingo for WW. It's nothing to get excited or nervous or whatever about. It's not a big deal. There's just a little bit of a change to some lingo. So the behaviors that we are practicing, like eating non-starchy vegetables, drinking water, and activities, those are all indicated on your app. And in any literature, they are indicated on things like, well, this recipe doesn't have it, but they're indicated in recipes, any WW literature, things like that. They're indicated with a plus symbol. So if you're going to be adding back a point from either eating a cup of non-starchy vegetables, drinking 60 ounces of water, or some activity, it's always a plus sign. So it's a +1, a +2 to indicate that you have added back a point or points, whatever from that activity or behavior. So they're going to start, the terminology is now going to be referred to as adding, add, or added. So if you added back a point for drinking water, it will say added instead of earned. So they had been using the term earned for that. Hello, Take, but earned, added is different. They want to distinguish between the two because things that are added will add back a point. Does that make sense? So it'll either add back a point, 2 points, however many points it's going to add back. So they're going to use the terminology adding, add, or added for things where you can add back a point. You can do some behavior to add back a point or two or whatever. Things like wellness wins and blue dots, those will still be earned. So it's just a teeny tiny bit of lingo, but I just wanted to make that clear that things where you can add a point will be referred to as adding, added, or add. And things where you just earn like a win, like wellness wins, or you earn a blue dot, that will just be earned. So they just wanted to make the distinction between that so that you don't think that things like blue dots or wellness wins that you didn't think, or some people didn't think that those were adding points back. Okay, so is everybody clear as mud on that? That's just a teeny tiny little announcement for today. The second thing is WW has developed a list of point-friendly finds to keep your peepers open. So these are peepers. Every time I say the word peepers, people think I'm talking about some people think I'm talking about the little frogs that come out when the temperature gets above 70 degrees. Those are also called peepers. And hello, Janie. Those are also called peepers, but so are these. So your peepers, your eyeballs. So WW has developed a list of point-friendly things from Starbucks to keep your peepers open, because we all have, I believe, a busy season coming up. I don't even think retired people are slowed down right now. So in my opinion, November straight through to January the 1st, flies. It is so full of activity. So that list, you can check it out on your app, and I'm gonna have Jessica put a link to go directly to that list on the written notes when we do this. When she does that, like Monday or Tuesday, tomorrow or Tuesday of this week. So it'll take you directly there, but it's ideas from anywhere from 0 point cold brews to low point lunches. But it had a lot of great ideas on there. And I just wanted to ask this question. Did you know that there are over 87,000 drink combinations available at Starbucks? Did you know that? Over 87,000. So I promise you are not going to overwhelm your barista when you ask him or her to make it as skinny as they can. Okay. So no, there's a good list on WW now. You can also go to your app and go to restaurants and look for Starbucks, and you can find that. But the one that is on the, if you can go to your computer and log in, or if you follow this link when Jessica posted it here in a day or two, it'll take you straight to that list. So it just had some really good ideas. And hello, Vicki from St. Louis, had some really good ideas there. And then, of course, as we already knew, but I wanted to say it one more time, the bloggers in the United States are thrilled that their recipes are easily brought into the WW app. So they're either done, or they're like me and they're working hard on being able to give you a link where you can go directly to that. And I'm happy to hear that it is working. I know that a few people have had trouble, like when you go to that link, a few people have had trouble updating it. So I just need a show of hands. Have you tried? So raise your little virtual hand if you have tried importing a recipe from someone else, like from Pound Dropper, or from, well, not Drizzle Me Skinny because she's in Canada, Emily Bites, hello, Deborah, or from me, and I've only done a couple of them. But if you've tried it, or from WW, like if you've tried to import one of those directly, if you've let me know, have you successfully been able to alter it if you need to, like alter the servings or alter an ingredient if you need to, and save it? So thumbs ups for that. Do not do a thumbs down if you had trouble, okay? Just tell me you had trouble, because I want to check into that and see how that is working. But please do not do thumbs downs, because I cannot stand to see those going up on the screen. Okay, so and Sandra, it should go into your recipe. So it literally should go there, and that is one of the quick videos that Casey and I are working on, is how to do that. So we have 4, I think, in progress. So we have 4 of those in progress, and we just had to get through our 3 Thanksgiving meals before we could get those posted. But I think we either have 3 or 4 of them just about finished that Casey will be ready to post. But showing you how to do that is going to be one of them. Okay, so that's all of the news that I have left for November. Next time I see you all, it will be December. So hello and happy Sunday again, everybody. I am Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And Terry says it worked for her. And in case you were just now joining us, if you're new, let us know, because we would love to welcome you. And the question I have for everyone, this is Thanksgiving week, okay? So we had Thanksgiving this week. Who sat their bottom in a chair this week? So give me a thumbs up. The bigger question will be, who's going to sit their bottom in a chair next week? So give me a thumbs up if you sat your bottom in a chair this week. or a thumbs up if you attended a virtual workshop, like a Zoom workshop. So give me a thumbs up on that. Hello, Hattie. It's good to see you. So thumbs ups for that. And then hearts if you attended here with us last week live, or if you watched us on replay on YouTube. It's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg, and hello, Orlando Debbie, or if you watched it on Facebook or some other way. So give me some hearts for that. So lots of thumbs ups and hearts. Okay, so my brave souls who weighed in on Thanksgiving week, and Linda had her bottom in a chair, and Tage did, and Marianne is all thumbs ups and hearts. So she did both. And Terry says we are her workshop. So that's awesome. Yeah, so that still counts, I guess, even though I'm not a paid WW employee, but I guess that still counts. I'm still going to give me some thumbs ups for that. But so my brave souls who weighed in this week, and for those of us that'll be weighing in this next week. So I saw several of you all had fantastic results. Stayed the same. Weight loss. I saw a couple of people that had a weight loss on Thanksgiving week. So extra bravo to you all. So bravo for attending your meetings. Bravo for attending with us. And you all will get big time bravos next week for weighing in after Thanksgiving, after your Thanksgiving meals. So awesome, everybody. Okay. This month's theme again is the Personal Points Program. We are wrapping it up today. Last week we did a review, last week we were reviewing some other things about the new Points Plus program. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you have been hiding, hold on a second, Terry lost 3. That is awesome. Oh, Carol Lou is up a little, but that is okay. That's to be expected. So it's better than being up 5 or 10 or something. I mean, there have been years, and you know that being up just a little bit could be salt. It could be just the extra food. There are a lot of different reasons, and you're going to be well on track to get that right back off. But we were talking about different ways to put a point back into your budget last week. So if you've been under a rock and you didn't know that we were on a new plan, or if you were brand new to WW. So we had somebody literally right before the chat, 2 minutes before the chat started, that said they were thinking about joining WW and had some special dietary, not concerns, but some special dietary habits, or a special way of eating that they followed, and they wanted to know if this plan would work with that, if it would be good for that. This is the time. This is exactly the time to join WW, because this new plan will work with whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter, because the Personal Points Program is about you. So if you only eat certain foods, if you eat lots of foods, if you eat at certain times a day, if you have a really short schedule of when you eat, if you have a really long schedule of when you eat, if you eat out, if you eat in, if you eat whatever, this is about you. So the Personal Points Plan, the program, and the Personal Points Generator, so the computer that generates all of that and spits out your information, it is made, it's made for you. So yes, this is the perfect time for that. So last week we were talking about 9 ways to put a point back in your budget, and you all had some fantastic ideas on how to do that. I saw so many of you that took advantage of the super simple, easy point to put back in just by drinking 60 ounces of regular water. And again, that is plain water, no flavorings, no extras, no fancies. And it can be still, or it can be carbonated, but so many of you took advantage of that. But you can add back those points. You can see that again on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. The written transcript is there, and you can print that out. So if I talk too fast, which I know I do, but I can't help it. That's how fast I talk. If I talk too fast, or if you need extra notes, or if you think, I'd like to just be able to jot something down, or make a little note next to whatever she said, those are always available for you to print out on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So you can go there, just search for chat number 249, or just scroll through and you'll see all of the chats. And I think there's actually a section for the chats. But there were 3 different ways to add back a point. And notice I said add. So we're not earning points. We're earning. Oh, somebody, good job, Vicki. I just barely saw that. But we're not earning points. Remember, we're going to change that terminology to add, because we are adding those points to either our day or our week. So with water, we could add 1 point daily. That's a limit of 1 point daily. Exercise, you can add 0.1 or plus 1, not 0.1, plus 1 and up. Depending on the exercise, depending on those, how that generates for you. And non-starchy veggies, you can add back 1 point per cup into your day, and that goes into your dailies, no limit. So activity goes into your weeklies. You can use it daily if you need to, or weekly. Water goes into your dailies. It does not roll over. Non-starchy veggies goes into your dailies. It does not roll over. Okay, so those are the ways to get those back. I know, and Debbie says, and that's an oxymoron, a fast-talking Southerner. So true. Yeah. So fast talking, don't drink sweet tea. but I do love Jesus. So I've got two, I'm only missing 2 of the 3. Okay, so your homework for last week was hashtag get the point, and you were going to find a way to add back 1 point. So remember, it's +1 or +2, whatever you're adding back, and you're going to add it back, and you were going to take a screenshot or let us know, what you did. And so let's see how you all did with your homework. So last week, Carol Lou measured out a cup of veggies, and y'all have to go back and see the picture. It's on the If You Have an Egg closed group. Hello, Roberta. And if you're not already in the If You Have an Egg closed group and you'd like to be in there, you just need to go to the link that I'm sure I could probably talk Carol Lou or Debbie into sharing, because they are my computer wizards. Hello, Alicia. And the train's coming by. Hello, train. Hello. And he's loud tonight. Okay, so I'm going to talk about your homework in a second, but Daniela, we need to talk about this. So that is a perfectly legitimate question. So Daniela said that she thought that if you earned points for water and for non-starchy veggies, that it was going to roll over. It is not. It is going to be used, they'll be used that day. So that is a way to add back points, to your day. If you need them, you don't have to use them, but if you needed them for something else, so like if you had gone into the negative, or if you just wanted to be at 0, or better, you can add back points to your day for that, but they do not roll over. Now, if you had, say, 1 to 4 points left from your normal daily allotment of points, those would roll over. Up to 4 points would roll over per day. That does not carry over from week to week. But that was a great question, Daniela. So I'm actually very glad that you asked that. But on your homework, though, you need to go to If You Have an Egg Facebook group, the closed group, and look at Carol Lou's picture. And thank you, Carol Lou, for sharing that. So look at Carol Lou's picture. She measured out a cup of veggies, and she had it sitting there on her counter ready to go. She had it ready to go into her scrambled eggs, and she had her big jug of water that has all, and thank you, Debbie, Orlando Debbie, see, they're my techie girls, that have all the little markings on there about, when she's drinking the water. So she had both of those going for a +2 point win. So she earned 2 points just for having her water, getting her 60 ounces of water in, and for having a cup of veggies. It was sitting there on her counter ready to go into her scrambled eggs. So that was awesome, Carol. Then Sandra got pre-cut veggies from the store this week, and she went ahead and put them into +1 containers. So she made containers of like +1 veggies. So she knows every time she picks up one of those containers and uses it this week, she's going to be adding back a point. Okay, and Barbara says she can't drink plain water. She tried. Then don't worry about it. You do not have to earn that. It is not a requirement at all to drink plain water. That's just a bonus for those of us who drink water all day long anyway, just to make sure that we get 60 ounces and we earn back a point. But it's just 1 point. So do not stress yourself out over it if you cannot drink plain water. It's not a problem. And I'm just going to say you might try spring water. So spring water tastes fantastic. I do not drink any other kind of plain water. Okay. But Sandra's pre-cut veggies, she put them in 1 point containers, so +1 point containers. So it's kind of a reversal of what we've done forever. So forever we have divided things up when we got them home and put them in packages or containers or baggies, zipper baggies or things like that, and wrote how many points they were on them. So how many points we were going to take away for the day. Sandra divided them up and wrote +1. So each one of her containers was going to add back a point to the day. Okay, I thought that was pretty awesome. So that was an easy grab. For a win. Okay, then Lynn ordered her groceries from Aldi this week, and she pre-made 3 containers that had 2 cups of non-starchy vegetables each in them. So it was a mixed salad and salad greens, but she made 2-cup portion. She portioned out 2 cups of salad, like a mixed salad mix, and extra salad greens. So that was a 2+ point win for 3 days. So 3 days this week, Lynn knew that she was already going to be adding back 2 points each of those 3 days because she already had her salad greens already ready. She had them already ready to go. So I don't know about you all, but I think this is super exciting that instead of just writing on my containers, you're going to use 1 point, you're going to take away 3 points, you're going to whatever, that we can actually, I don't know, I'm pretty excited about being able to write on there +1, +2, onto the container so that I know, hey, if I eat this container, if I use this package, if I do whatever, and if you go ahead and pre-portion them and I'm going to be adding back 2 points. or 1 point or 3 points. That would be a lot. But, whatever, that you would be adding that back. So I think that's super fun. So I'm very excited for the way that you ladies did and it was all ladies this time, that did your homework this week, and especially for those 3, because I think that's pretty exciting to be able to add to be able to write on there what I'm going to add back. So bravo stickers for everyone who did their homework this week. Congratulations, ladies. I don't know if y'all know how special it is that you did your homework on a holiday week, okay? And everybody who did their homework this time is all US. So it's not like any Canadian Thanksgiving ladies, did it on just because this would just be a normal week for them. So, I think it's fantastic that y'all did your homework on a holiday week. Let's see who does their homework this week, though, now that we're, kind of gliding down from that. So this week's topic, we're going to be talking about decoding your eating pattern. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, we already talked about that, Kelly. We talked about that like the first week. Hello, Susan. Yep, Susan. Hello. I know you're thinking, we already talked about that. We talked about that but right before we started the personal points program. Okay, yeah, kind of, sort of. We kind of sort of did. But this time we're on the new plan. Plus, we have an avalanche of holidays coming. Plus, we are prepping in most areas for colder weather and shorter days. So the light is getting less, each day. So I think it's important that we revisit this now before we start the major, avalanche of holidays. So I don't know about you, but my eating pattern is different is significantly different December through like February. Instead of incessant snacking on grapes, which I love to do during the summer, grapes or watermelon or something like that during the summer, my mind drifts off to Cara oranges and blood oranges and things like that. I just start to think about all those yummy, dark-colored winter fruits and vegetables. Soup is definitely on my menu, but the thoughts of, like, every time I think of soup, I think of, oh, what kind of crusty ciabatta bread with real butter can I put with that? All that kind of stuff starts to invade my brain. My activity is definitely different during the winter months, which impacts how I eat and feel. How I feel and when I eat. And getting dark at 5 p.m., I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. So that means that when it starts getting dark at 5 o'clock, I'm ready for snuggling on the couch with some hot cocoa, not thinking about the veggies that I prepped and put in the refrigerator, okay? But recognizing those winter patterns in myself, especially around the holidays, can make the difference between a winter waddle and a sleeveless spring. So I don't know about you all, but I'm planning on going sleeveless again this spring, okay? I'm not planning on using, hello Evie, I'm not planning on using, the winter months to kind of, pack it on, and waddle through the winter. I'm planning on having a sleeveless spring, okay? So here's how you decode your eating pattern. And you can do it frequently. You don't have to just do it for the winter holidays. Anytime you think, I really need to figure out what's going on with how I'm eating, you can do this. So the first thing to check is frequency. In the winter, do you find yourself eating fewer meals or more frequent meals? So if you are, oh my gosh, Barbara's still wearing flip-flops. Where do you live? This Barbara? Because we have like 3, maybe 4 Barbaras. So this Barbara, flip-flop Barbara, where do you live that you're still wearing flip-flops? So in the wintertime, do you find yourself, and you can just comment below and let me know, do you find yourself eating fewer meals or more frequent meals? So if you're eating fewer meals, if you wait too long, Barbara, you're in New Jersey and you're still wearing flip-flops? Good grief. Are you from Canada? So you think it's warm in New Jersey? I'm just kidding. Hello, Gina, and hello, Susie. But if you're eating fewer meals in the winter or, during the holidays, if you wait too long, it can be destructive. It can be a destructive, shorter daylight pattern. So if you're going to be eating fewer meals during the winter or the holiday months, maybe try snacking on some 0 or low point smaller meals to keep from playing refrigerator roulette. So if you've been here any length of time, our fearless leader, my fearless leader, Gwen, she talks about going home and play. That's funny. Barbara doesn't want to give her flip-flops yet. And going home and playing refrigerator roulette, where you go home and go, what am I going to eat? 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 And you just pick whatever the first thing is, whatever it lands on in there. So maybe think about eating some 0-point snacks or another small meal in there instead of waiting so long to eat. If you find yourself snacking all day, hello, Irma. If you find yourself snacking all day in the winter instead, go ahead and pre-track whatever is going to be the highest point meal for the day. There's nothing, there is no rule book that says you have to track breakfast, then you have to track lunch, then you have to track dinner, then you have to track your snack, then you have to track whatever. Don't wait. If you find yourself eating more meals during the winter, like if you think, oh, I want to get up and eat something warm, and then it's freezing outside, and I've got on my flip-flops in New Jersey, and so I want something warm, midday, so that I can keep on my flip-flops. If you find yourself eating more frequently, trying to fill that space, then go ahead and track whatever your highest point meal is going to be of the day. Go ahead and pre-track it, because then you can you can plan around that. So let's say if I'm going to have, because dinner will definitely be my highest point meal. Because as I'm eating soup this winter, I'm probably going to have a Trader Joe's ciabatta roll with it, or some other kind of crusty bread, because I love soup with some kind of crusty bread. So that's going to be my highest point meal. I'll go ahead and track it for dinner, so that then I know what I have to work with. And I will tell you, if you already see your points dwindling away, like if your points are already taken up for whatever that highest point meal is, then it makes you think differently about the rest of the meals that you're going to have that day. And that doesn't mean you can't have more meals that day, but go ahead and do your most point dense meal. Go ahead and pre-track that. And Carol Lubin does that the night before. So the night before, she's already pre-tracked her entire day for the next day. So it's a lot easier to stay on track if you already know what you have to work with. And remember, you can always fill in with some 0 point things, or you can eat some 0 point things if you think, I just need something else. Like I need some, microwave popcorn, hot cocoa, something. Then you already can see what you've got going on in the day in your tracker, so that you can go ahead and add back in some, like maybe drink 60 ounces of water and then add back in a point for some cocoa or something. Okay. A variety. So when I think of large varieties of food, my mind always goes to a summer garden. Always, because I think, oh, that's where all the colorful fruits and vegetables are. The truth is, there are a variety of fruits and vegetables that are in season right now. Winter squash is in season right now. So we've got acorn butternut spaghetti kabocha. Is it kabocha or kabocha? So I bought one of those at Trader Joe's? Yeah, I bought one of those at Trader Joe's last week. I've got no idea what to do with it. Y'all are going to have to help me. But it was pretty. It was pretty, and Alyssa called it a green pumpkin. So you have to tell me what to do with that. And then everybody's favorite delicata is also a winter squash. Don't know if you realize that or not, but it is. Root vegetables like turnips, beets, carrots, and parsnips. How yummy would those be in like a tray of roasted, some roasted vegetables? Those would be fantastic. And then clementines, kiwi, grapefruit, pomegranate, dates, cara oranges, and blood oranges. Those are in season right now. And then the third thing is preparation. With less hours of daylight right now, I don't feel like coming home and making food. Do you? Seriously, comment below. When the hours are this short, when it gets dark so early, and even if you're one of those people who wants us to stay on this time, no. Please switch it back so that it's late, so that it's light later in the day. But it doesn't matter where you live in the US, the days are shorter. So whichever way you like it, if you like it dark in the morning or dark at night, whatever, the days are shorter. You have to admit the days are shorter. So go ahead and comment below. When the days are shorter, do you still feel as energetic to come home and make your dinner? Okay, I don't. So a few ways that I prep without feeling like I have to spend a day in the kitchen are, first thing, hard-boiled eggs. Always. I love to make them in the air fryer. So hard-boiled eggs, you can make them in the air fryer. Somebody's getting ready to ask me. I only do 4 eggs at a time. I just set them. I'm going the wrong way. Hold on. I just set them in the basket of the air fryer, and I cook them on 260 degrees for 16 minutes, and then directly into an ice bath. And if you don't peel them, if you just go ahead and, after you take them out of the ice bath and kind of pat them dry, put them back in a carton that is only for hard-boiled eggs. Don't mix and match them, because you're going to crack one that's not hard-boiled. But they will keep for up to 7 days. Super simple. That is super simple. Or soup. You really can't go wrong with soup. A warm bowl of soup, plant-based taco soup, copycat pasta fagioli. I've seen several recipes for that. White bean chicken chili. You can make them ahead, and we're going to talk about these in a few minutes, but you can make them ahead. And then you can portion them out in something like these super cubes, and we're going to talk about the super cubes here in just in a few minutes in the second half of the chat. But I mean, you can pop those in the microwave for a super quick, a microwave or a pan for a super quick, easy, and delicious meal, okay? Without having to think about it, because I can just go home, pop one of these in, I'm good to go with my crusty bread. And then I can just snuggle up on the couch and not have to worry about this short day. Okay, so your homework for this week is hashtag soups on. I'm making the homework so stinking easy, everybody should be able to do it, okay? So literally all you have to do for this week's homework is to post your favorite soup recipe. That's it. And then tag me in it. And do hashtag soups on, SOUPSON. Hashtag soups on, and tag me in it on Instagram, on Connect, on here in the group, here on Facebook, or here in the group, or on YouTube. You're just going to comment, or on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. You can just comment. You can just comment below. So thank you, Alicia, for posting that. So that's the homework for this week is hashtag soups on, and you get bonus. You get bonus points. Not really. There's no bonus points, but you get bonus points if you share the link to the recipe so that we can all go to it and put it in our own recipe builder. Okay. There's not really any extra points, but you will get a super cool badge. I will post it. I will send it directly on your message if you go ahead and tag me in that. So it's hashtag soups on. Don't forget to make your soup. Don't forget to get it ready. These are short days, okay? And we're going to talk about the holidays next. So that is your homework for this week. We're getting ready for part 2. I'm going to make a little bit of tea because it is quite chilly outside. This is part 2 of chat number 250. Thank you, Lynn, for posting that. Posting hashtag soups on. So this is part 2 of, I know it is time to drink some water, Sandra. I'm going to make a little bit of tea, but this is part 2 of chat number 250, and we were talking about, hold on, let me see what the exact title was. Ooh, and Carol made turkey soup today. Decoding your eating pattern. So the reason I wanted to talk about decoding your eating pattern is we're going to talk a lot about the whole second half of this chat. We're going to talk about 5 holiday eating sanity tips. So it's getting ready to get crazy, people. We are going to take a quick break and get a drink of water first, and then we're going to talk about these 5 super easy holiday eating sanity tips. If you are new, we take the first half of the chat and do whatever the topic was for last week with WWI. I'm fortunate to be able to go to an in-person workshop. And so I can share that week's topic with you. And then in the second half of the chat, we're all going to stop and get a drink of water. Mine is going to be some hot tea. I should have reached back there and turned that on a few minutes ago. But, it is what it is. So I will get my water here in just a minute while we're chatting. But the apron signifies the second half of the chat. So if you are brand new, or if you are watching this on YouTube, and again, it's just youtube.com, search If You Have an Egg. If you want to watch the whole thing, it's an hour long. If you only want to see the second half, you're just going to go straight to where the apron is. So that's how Casey knows how to divide the two portions of the chat up. Nope, got another second on the hot water. We always get a drink of water. So if you're working on your 60 ounces of water to be able to get your, to be able to add back a point, add a point, add, that's the new terminology. So if you're working on that, go ahead and drink your water, and I'll get my tea here in just a second. It is chilly here today. I'm not going to pretend like it's cold. I'm not running around New Jersey in flip-flops, and Barbara, I hope you don't mind me latching on to the flip-flop thing. But my tea's ready, or my water's ready anyway. So it is chilly. It's chilly here. I'm not going to pretend like it's cold. It's just chilly, but I didn't bother turning the heat up when I walked in. So I'm making hot tea. Plus I've already had my 60 ounces of water and beyond for today. Okay, so the second half of tonight's chat, the second half of chat number 250, we are talking about 5 holiday eating sanity tips. So first question, how many Thanksgivings did you have this year? Did you have 1, 2, none? We had 3. So we had 3 Thanksgivings this year. One was at the facility where John's mother lives. One was with our daughter and son-in-law and the grandgirls. And one was today with my brother, sister, and their families. So we had 3. And the new personal point system allowed so many of us to enjoy the day without losing our sanity while eating many of the things that we would have felt guilty about eating on other plans. So there were years that I would have been like, plans. So some of the plans I would have been like, I don't know, I can't have that. I shouldn't have that. I just won't track. I won't try to track. So I tracked all 3 of them. So I had Susan said too many. The one today was the highest points because my sister makes absolutely fantastic foods. Everything has butter in it. So, and I ate what I wanted to. I ate the things that I can't get every day, that I can't get, during the week, and things that I will not make for myself and shouldn't make for myself. But this being on the personal points plan, though, let me save some weeklies. I did use some of my activity points for today, and I used all of my weeklies today. So my weeklies are gone until it restarts on Tuesday. Gosh, I know it's just in a couple of days, but my weeklies are gone, my dailies are gone. But I saved some of those points and let some roll over. And I got I added a point for water, and I added a point, 1 or 2 points for some veggies. But anyway, so I found a way to add some of that back and enjoy the day. I wore jeans. We talked about this last week. So I wore jeans. They have a button. So I didn't have on my stretchy pants. And if y'all didn't see that video that Karen shared, you're going to have to go find it. But I didn't wear stretchy pants. I wore jeans so that I would know if I was getting uncomfortable. And then I used my, kind of my hand signals to know what size everything was, whether I was getting a quarter of a cup, a half a cup, or a cup. But I've been doing this long enough, I can pretty much eyeball it on a plate. I also chose one of the smaller plates. So that I would have to go back. I could get a small amount of, the things that I thought I wanted, and then I could go back for some more without overloading myself. Okay. Oh, I love this tea. So this is Tanya Ree's tea. If you happen to be here in Knoxville, Tanya Ree's is an herbalist here in Knoxville, and her tea is delicious. It is small batch, and we do have it here at KC Kitchen Center, but I love her tea. It's so perfect because it's not old. I mean, it's like small batch. Okay. So Turkey Day is just the beginning, isn't it? So some of you said 1, 2, too many, 3. We had 3, but Turkey Day is really just the beginning. Okay. So we are sledding downhill fast. When I said an avalanche earlier, I was serious. So we are sledding downhill fast into Hanukkah, Festivus. Some of you celebrate Festivus. Christmas, Boxing Day, Kwanzaa, New Year's. There's even National Cookie Day this month and National Cupcake Day are this month. Really? Did we need National Cookie Day and National Cupcake Day with all of the other holidays? I don't think so. Our family, in the month of December, we celebrate Christmas, Christmas Eve, Christmas, Casey's birthday, Alyssa's birthday, their wedding anniversary, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. It's all in the same week. So 25th through the 1st, we have, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So we have 7 things that we celebrate in 1 week. So we're doomed, right? Or are we? Or are we doomed? Okay, so let's talk about this. Here are 5 simple tips for keeping your holiday eating sane. So keeping that sanity. And this list is as much for me as it is for you, okay? So I sat down and put together a list of 5 things that I knew would be important to me, and I hope that they are important to you for keeping your sanity. The first sanity tip for holiday eating is #bulk it up. I really, really need to bring that sign from home or make a new sign or something, because some of you newer people haven't seen my #bulk it up sign that I have been saying for years. So I've been talking about bulking things up for years because that's how my mom ate, okay? So #bulk it up. What I want you to do for that, and what I'm going to do for myself, is I'm going to put my 5 favorite non-starchy vegetables, 0-point non-starchy vegetables, on a card, like on a note card or a Post-it note or something, and I want you to post it where you're most likely to search for food. And you know what I mean by search, okay? Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me all innocent like that. You know what I mean for search. So, it happens, like one day, like a well-meaning salesperson, comes in and drops off those famous lemon cookies or those little mini bundt cakes that are, it's just one, it's just a little one. And you managed to avoid the break room all day. So you did great. You avoided the break room all day. But then when you get home, you start the search. So you start looking in the pantry, you look in the refrigerator, you look in the freezer. Where was that Snickers bar that I stuck in the back of the freezer 2 Halloweens ago and promised myself I wouldn't find? You start to search for all that, anything. So you're searching for anything that will replace that tiny cake that you thought about for the rest of the day. If you post your top 5 favorite, and you might not even have 5, if you only have 3 non-starchy 0-point vegetables that you like, then post 3. Yeah, and Marsha, I'm not a secret searcher. I'll do it in public. I will do it with people watching. But you know what I'm talking about. But so post that somewhere and post it in the place that you are most likely to start searching. And the reason I want you to do that is it's going to remind you that this is just one season. It's just one season. We can do this. You can plan for a tiny cake later. So maybe you can, if you wanted one of the little tiny cakes, or if you thought that there was a lemon cookie left, or whatever it is that's going to be there, it's somewhere that you're going to go back to. It's easy if you leave it at somebody else's house, but if it's at work, or especially if it's at home, or if you're headed to somebody's house or things like this, you can plan for having something like that later, instead of giving into it that day. So, and don't go searching for it, a replacement for it when you get home. So post your 5 favorite non-starchy 0-point vegetables. So it's going to remind you about the season. It'll help you to save some points, some rollover points, in case you want to have, if you think, I'm not going to have the mini bundt cake today, but I'm going to eat these. And every time I eat, 2 cups of these, that's 2 points that I can save. I can add back 2 points to my day. Maybe I'll have some rollovers, and I'll use some of those rollovers, and maybe I'll save for one of the bundt cakes for Friday or for the end of the week, or maybe I'll split one with somebody, or I'll get something that I like better than the mini bundt cake, or whatever it is the salesperson left. They're not that good anyway. I'm just going to go ahead and say I've had them. I've had all the flavors, and I'm just specifically talking about the mini bundt cakes, and I hope the mini bundt cake people aren't watching because they're just down the street. And the special lemon cookie people are just that way. But they're not that good. I mean, the mini bundt cakes, I've had every flavor. They're not that good. I've had other things that were better. Let's see. And you're so worth it. You took the time to make this little card or this reminder, this little post-it note or something, because you need to remind yourself of how awesome you are. So every time you see that list of 5 non-starchy favorite 0-point vegetables, you can say, you know what? Dang it, I am worth it. I am worth this. So I'm going to eat blah, 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 whatever it is. It might be cucumbers. It might be cabbage. It might be microgreens. That's like my new favorite non-starchy 0-point food is microgreens. And again, if you were in Knoxville, Little Row Farms, it's just Little Row Farms, and you can find them on Instagram or Facebook. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that's my new favorite 0-point non-starchy vegetable. Okay, holiday sanity tip number 2, pass the salt. Really. I mean it. Pass it. Pass it. Pass it to someone else. Pass it to someone else, to the other end of the table. Maybe don't even buy it. Maybe don't even have it at your house, okay? So pass the salt. Now, keep it away from your stuff. You're going to have plenty of holiday foods that you are not in control of, You don't need to be adding any sodium yourself right now, okay? This is the worst time of year. I don't care if you have issues with sodium. I don't care if you've got I do care if you have high blood pressure. Okay, I do care. But if you have high blood pressure, if you've got any kind of medical issues that are exacerbated by, notice I used a big word, an awesome big word. Anyway, any medical issues that are exacerbated by salt or sodium or added sodium, if you have the slightest little sensitivity to MSG, anything like that, you don't need any extra sodium. I promise you what you're eating is going to have plenty of salt and sodium in it. So check labels on canned veggies. We had a girl that was working here at KC Kitchen Center that, bless her heart, she was really, really struggling with her blood pressure and was going to have to go on medication. And I said, well, show me what you're eating. And she was like, I'm eating all these vegetables. And I picked up every can, green beans, sodium, carrots, salt, blah, blah. Every vegetable that she was eating, every can had added salt to it. So she wasn't putting salt on anything. Like, she wasn't adding salt to anything. And she was so confused as to how she was getting all this, how she was getting too much sodium. Watch for things like that. There is a chat on, there's a chat that includes things about hidden sodium and hidden sugars. Okay, so check all those labels. You can use other seasonings and keep it fresh and delicious. Like, I don't use salt at all. I like salt in my popcorn. And that's it, okay? And it already comes salted. But things like, you can use fresh herbs. You can use the DAC spices that I talk about all the time. And we have those on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com or KCKitchenCenter.com. But the DAC spices keeps the sodium low and it keeps the flavor high. And if you have a favorite low or no sodium seasoning, even if it is fresh herbs, if it's frozen herbs, if it's something like DAC spices, go ahead and comment below, because I promise you there will be people on this chat or who are watching it later who haven't even thought about that, had not even thought about finding a low or no sugar substitute. I know Carol Lou said canned veggies, but sometimes you just got to do it. You know, sometimes you have to do it. Okay, so pass the salt was that one. Holiday sanity tip number 3, reassess. Retake the assessment if you need to. I think now is a great time to retake the assessment. All of our eating is going to be different. So I don't know how you, okay, so Terry has 2 stints and uses Mrs. Dash instead of salt, but she does like pepper. Pepper's perfectly fine. That is awesome. Oh, and Debbie started pressure canning her own green beans. That is something I want to do next year. So do not get me off topic, Orlando Debbie, because I just found out that Alyssa and I get the garden spot next year. And I feel like her being 4 years old, we're going to make some significant progress this year. Okay, we're actually going to have vegetables this year. Anyway, don't get me started on the pressure canning because I definitely want to start doing that. Okay, so take the assessment again. There are lots of different choices on there for reasons, and one of them says I'm on a seasonal diet. So I went ahead and retook my assessment for Thanksgiving, but I'm going to leave it on this one through the rest of the holidays. So when you take your assessment and begin at the beginning of your, so if you decide to do that, do it at the beginning of your week. So the beginning of my week is on a Tuesday. It's not a Sunday. So it's a Tuesday. So do it at the beginning of the week and at least finish it through that week, if not through the season. So try it, when you take that assessment again, try it for a whole week just to see how it goes. You cannot jump in and out of different assessments throughout the week. So like that's kind of, it's cheating the system because you would be, 20 points today and this 0-point list and 30 points tomorrow and 14 the next day. And, you're playing it. You're playing the system and it's not going to work. So try to do it for a week. If you're going to be having some, certain foods, maybe, okay, we have turkey, multiple times during the holidays, or we have fish, like fish is a big, feature with our family, during the holidays, then choose that as your 0-point food, even though that may not be what you would choose all the time. So, and if there's going to be potatoes on the menu, maybe swap out potatoes. Maybe you had whole grain. Maybe you had the grains and beans as your 0-point food. Maybe swap out for potatoes right now. So I will personally be having more out of control meals this season. And so I added back in some 0-point foods that I know other people will make. And so some of those will be like chicken, turkey, potatoes, eggs. So I redid my assessment to include some of those foods. And then I left out things that the people who I love will not be adding in the food, like tofu and avocado. So I know for a fact, I'm 105% sure that I have no one left in my family who is going to prepare anything for me to eat that will include either tofu or avocados. So I have removed those from my 0-point food list right now. And I'm going to change back when I'm back in control of my eating, which will be after the holidays. And I'm okay with that. So instead of having 14 points a day and a huge 0-point list, I have 20 points a day right now. And my 0-point list is a little bit smaller, but that is okay. I'm just going to do it through the holidays. And I chose seasonal. I'm on a seasonal diet is why I retook my assessment. So I think that could be smart if you need to make some tweaks, for this holiday season. Okay, holiday sanity tip number 4. And I'm trying to watch my time because this one's long, okay? Let me just get a sip of my very good Tanya Ree's tea. Again, if you're here in Knoxville, she has a tea shop too on Broadway, or we carry her bagged teas, but let me just take a sip of this delicious tea. In my beautiful handmade mug. I'm going to also pause and say, wherever you are at, please try to support local businesses. I have on locally made earrings. I'm drinking out of a locally made mug. I'm drinking locally small batched tea. So please try to shop locally so that you support other small businesses. That is my little public service announcement. Okay, so let's get back to this. So holiday sanity tip number 4. Color your world. And I really felt like Pocahontas. Is there a Pocahontas song? I feel like there's a song from Pocahontas that I should be singing right now. Can't think what it is, but color your world. So it's hard to think about colorful plates. We talked about this in the first half of the chat. It's hard to think about colorful plates in the wintertime. All the leaves are done. They've all changed color. They're all on the ground. They're waiting to be mulched now or swept up into strange circles around trees. I don't know why we do that, but I did it too. So all the leaves are down. The skies are gray. The hours are shorter. The days are shorter. They're not longer. But eating foods eating more whole foods in an array of colors will keep your eyes happy. It makes your eyes happier when you're eating. Trust me, biscuits and gravy are good, but biscuits and gravy on a white plate is not anywhere near as delicious to your eyes as colorful as a colorful mix of foods on a plate. They're the best for your body also. Oh, it's the color. Yeah, the colors of the wind. Yeah, I knew. Okay, so Susan figured out the song. I'm not a good singer, but it's the color. I can't even sing it. The colors of the wind. So anyway, the colors of the food. Thank you, Susan. That's the Pocahontas song I was thinking about. So I don't know, having those colors is going to make your eyes happy. I think it'll make your mood better. They're better for you. You've always heard people say you should eat a colorful plate because those foods are better for you. Of course, it's going to make your plate fun and festive, depending on which colors you choose. And the nutrients found in a wide array of very colorful foods are absolutely the best for your body. Okay, the best for your body. And according to Shape.com. These colors, the following colors are the best for eating the rainbow, and they did make a point to say they're not talking about Skittles, okay? So when they talk about eating the rainbow on Shape.com, they are not talking about Skittles. Sorry. Okay, red. So red vegetables and fruit, so vegetables and fruit that are red contain lycopene, and it's actually enhanced through cooking. So things like roasted tomatoes, red peppers, things like that. The lycopene is actually released through cooking, or it's enhanced through cooking, which seems unusual because, you think of whole foods, best for you, whatever, you see all these things about eating raw food and eating, like the microgreens that I was talking about, things like that. And you think about eating them raw, but lycopene is actually best released when it's cooked. There are many flavonoids that are beneficial to prostate and breast health in red colored foods. So, so why not make some roasted tomatoes and red peppers? I mean, that would be super yummy and super pretty. And that would be a great way to get some red, fruits or vegetables in. Blue and purple foods are touted as the ultimate brain food color. So if you eat things that are blue and purple, those are the ultimate for brain food. So we have a family member, John is a family member who has Alzheimer's, dementia, Alzheimer's. And so we're starting to get a little more concerned about what we're putting in our body for our brains too. And John's mother's neurologist has developed, she's actually like super smart, okay? Super smart. And she has a clinic called Genesis Neurology. It's the Genesis Neurology Clinic. And she has a diet called the Mind Diet, and we do have a chat for that. So if you want to go back to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com or go to YouTube, search If You Have an Egg, and then search for the Mind Diet. We will talk about that in great detail. But she agrees that blue and purple vegetables and fruits, they are really they're brain food. I mean, they are food for your brain. Blueberries themselves are a tiny powerhouse of free radical fighting. They are free radical fighting superheroes that help with memory, they help with cognition, they help with depression, and they can protect you from environmental toxins. So like, the air that we breathe outside that we don't have a choice on, chemicals that are coming out of our carpet, things like that. Blueberries can help with that. So blueberries alone are a powerhouse. So if you don't add any other blue or purple vegetables or fruit, blueberries have got you covered, okay? But there's lots of other blue and purple. There's purple cabbage. There's lots of blue and purple things. Grapes, you can get dark colored grapes. So those are fantastic. Green, you can't go wrong nutritionally with foods that are green, okay? They're high in vitamin K. They're packed with potassium, and I'm going to attempt to say this word correctly, and isothiocyanates. Do I get a sticker? Did I say it correctly? Somebody please let me know. Isothiocyanates. I need to know if I said that correctly. But those cleanse your liver, and they may help protect against cancer. So, green is fantastic. So green is things like, you don't have to eat kale. Everybody thinks, I have to eat kale if I'm going to have green. No, there's green cabbage, green beans, regular cabbage, lettuce, leaf lettuces, broccoli. There's all kinds of things. There are all kinds of things that are green, all kinds of foods that are green. Yellow and orange. So yellow and orange foods fortify your bones and teeth thanks to their vitamin C, potassium, and folic acid. Yay! I got a yay for pronouncing that correctly. Hold on a second. Vicky, what do the numbers by our name mean now? What is that? Where? Hold on. Now you've got me curious. I don't know. Does anybody know what that means? So I see Vicky says 4, and it's it's 4, and it has a circle. Carol Lou has her badge there. Rita has, I don't know, is that how many comments you've made? I don't know. That's a good question, Vicky. I've never noticed that before. So if anybody knows, shout it out or put it in the comments below on Facebook Live if you know what the little circle with the number means. I have no idea. That's new to me. Okay, but yellow and orange again, it's got vitamin C, potassium, folic acid. Bonus, there is some information to back that these same vitamin-packed fruits and veggies can actually clear your skin and give you a natural glow from the inside. So I'll be trying that this winter, eating lots of yellow and orange vegetables. And then white, yes, white is a color too. Many white foods like cauliflower, bananas, celery, mushrooms, and even potatoes can add potassium and even fiber to your diet. So that's hilarious. Debbie says hers is in Spanish. I have no idea what that means. Okay, hold on. Trish says Daniela says it means how many badges you have on Facebook. And Trish says you can tap on the little symbols to see what they mean. Super cool. Okay, so I'll be checking that out later. Okay, but y'all pay attention because we're down to the wire here. We've got the last 5 minutes. Okay, so if you eat that rainbow of food, look at all this that you can do. Make your eyes happy, literally, visually, and you can make your eyes happy. You can make your liver happy. You can make your stomach happy. You can make all of your life systems happy. So that's another good reason to color your world. So I will 100% be going to find some blood oranges or some Cara. That's okay, Vicky. I was curious too. Or some Cara oranges because those are fantastically beautiful on a plate. Okay. And then holiday sanity tip number 5, be prepared. Be prepared. Okay. So I'm personally not a big prepper. But the holiday season for me is unsurvivable without it. Okay. So for those of you who can plan, shop, and prep all of your meals for the week in one day, bravo, more power to you. That is not me. Okay. So it's not me. I'm just not there and I never will be. But these easy prep tips are going to keep me from getting bored. They're easy to grab and go. Like when I get home and it's dark and want something to eat. And they keep these short daylight days from getting me in the pantry searching for cereal or popcorn for dinner. Okay, the first thing again, hard-boiled eggs. I know I said it earlier, but hard-boiled eggs are a win-win-win for me. The entire group, chat, website, everything is called If You Have an Egg, You Have Hope. My leader, Gwen, has preached for years that if you have an egg in your refrigerator, that you have hope. You have hope of something. So hard-boiled eggs for me, again, I'll make them in the air fryer, and we do have a chat on how to do those in the air fryer, or you can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and find that link to how to make them in the air fryer. Super, super simple. That's the only way I make them anymore. But I use them for, you can leave them in the shell for up to 7 days, but I use them as a snack. That's what I had for lunch Saturday. I just cracked them open and had 2 of them with some Dax seasoning. Add them to a salad because they're 0 points for me. So I add them to a salad, add them to another meal, or make egg salad or something like that. So they're literally the perfect food. Okay. Eggs and blueberries are the perfect food. Not that you're going to eat them together, but you might. Okay. In a bag salad. So I'm big right now still on bag salads. I'm still going across the street from, we're here at KC Kitchen Center at work. I'm still going across the street and getting a couple of bag salads a week. They are higher in points, but then I'm adding my own things to them. So I might add a little bit more, some more greens to it. I'm adding microgreens to them. I'm adding an egg. I'm adding some grilled chicken, things like that. But I don't find soggy baby kale in the bottom of the refrigerator that I completely forgot about. I can make them last 2 to 3 meals depending on what I put with them. And I don't let them go to waste. So I'm finding those are a big help for me, especially through this holiday season. And if I'm going to eat, here at KC Kitchen Center, and then soup. So I know I've got 2 minutes left, but listen to me. Do not go away yet. Okay. Soup. You cannot go wrong with a big slow cooker of soup, except when you've had it 3 days in a row. Okay. I love soup. I love pasta e fagioli, copycat soup. I love white bean chicken chili. I can eat me some soup. I love soup. But when I've had it 3 days in a row, I'm like, that's it. That's all I can have. So use something like Super Cubes or something like that to go ahead and pre-divide them up. So I made white bean chicken chili this last week, and then I divided it up. I've got 2 cup Super Cubes, and these are on the KC Kitchen Center or If You Have an Egg website. I'm not showing you these to try and sell you these, although I would love if you bought some. Just saying. But to show you how easy this is. So look at that. I have 1 cup. This is 1 cup already portioned out of frozen white bean chicken chili. I've got 2 cup portions of white bean chicken chili. Once you take these out of the Super Cubes, you can pop them out and you can put them into a freezer bag, and you can store them flat and write on the outside of them what they are. And if they have extra veggies in them that are going to add back a point, go ahead and write +1 or +2 or whatever it's going to be for your non-starchy veggies. So you know, well, let me see, look, I got fish sticks in the freezer, but oh, look, I've got a 2 cup portion of white bean chicken chili, and I'm going to add 2 points to this, +2 points to that. Perfect. You can store them flat, because you can put them in a freezer bag and store them flat. Perfect way to have soup ready to go. Perfect way to have it ready to go. Perfect way to have it already pre-portioned and know what you're going to get. And a perfect way for me not to get bored with having the same thing, over and over and over again, because I'm going to make a couple of different kinds of soup, have it in the freezer, and when I get home, I can just pull it out, pop it in the microwave, or stick it in a pan, heat it up, and I'm good to go. So I hope you will take a few minutes to be prepared for the holidays, because they're coming. Whether you're ready or not, whether you prepared or not, they are coming, okay? The holidays are coming. So whatever holidays you celebrate, they are coming. Even if you don't celebrate any holidays, you're going to have a sales rep or a well-meaning mother-in-law or somebody who is going to bring some food that you were not ready for. Be ready, okay? So this will be posted on YouTube later. Oh, good. Carol Lou filled hers up today. So these will be posted on YouTube later. Casey, we should have these posted tomorrow. It's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. If you are watching this on YouTube, please let that next video go ahead and roll over. And Casey's going to have to tell me sometime if I'm pointing the right direction, because I don't know if it's this way or if it's this way. And Susan, I actually sell them. I sell them here at KC Kitchen Center. I'll try to remember to post a link to them later, but you can go to KC Kitchen, the letter K, the letter C, kitchencenter.com, or you can go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and go to the shopping section, and you can find them there. And I'm not selling these because I'm trying to sell these. We sell these at KC Kitchen Center because they are fantastic. They're fantastic, and I wanted some too. But anyway, so if you're watching this later on YouTube, please let that next video or the next video, whichever direction it is, roll over. You can go ahead and subscribe down here and go ahead and click that button so you'll be notified the next time that a video comes out. Because remember, I think we have 3 or 4 of the short videos in the hopper. So Casey is ready to post those. And Dusty wanted to show you all his sweater. So even though he's pretending to be asleep, he wanted to show you all his Black Friday Christmas sweater. So look how handsome he looks with his new sweater. But you all have a great week. I can't wait to see what your plans are for your holiday sanity. But y'all have a great week, and please go attend a workshop if you can, and stay accountable, okay? Because this is just the beginning of the holidays. So y'all have a great week, and I will see you next time. Good night.